Hey you guys, I got several projects going. I've got this old 67 95 horsepower and I got a 35 horsepower. I started a series on that I need to get finished. And then I got another customer's boat that I've been working on that is it's been quite a bit of stuff on that boat, unfortunately, and yeah, anyway, I got another 35 in the shed that needs a new powerhead gasket set. This is going to be a project. This is my uncle Scotty bought this Champion. You know, I love my Champion boats. I think they're the best bass boats ever made. Definitely the best rough water, one of the fastest. But this is a Champion 191, and it was a garage find kind of deal. Anyway, he acquired it, and it had been sitting for a couple of years. Luckily, just only a few years. And it says the motor and everything had been rebuilt, but he brought it to me because he wanted me to go through the switches, the motor, you know, just go through it really good and make sure everything was good to go. I mean, it's I got the cover on it right now. I got some other things going this morning. Maybe I'll do some video with this, but it's going to be one I'm going to do a bunch of video on, I think, and just go through it. First thing we did was we took the old fuel out of it, and I'm going to put some pictures of that up in some of my video because I think that's good to show. When it first came out, it was very brown, the fuel was, and we opened up the VST and let it drain out of there, and I took the fuel filter off and let it drain. You know, and I've got pictures of that fuel that came out of that engine. So these are the fuel filters. Mercury filter. It's got this little plug on the bottom. I'm not sure about this, but I think this little plug, it's a connector, and it's like a sensor. I guess if it runs out of fuel, it knows it. I'm not sure what that sensor is. Have to look that up, but it's a sensor. It's a brown wire that plugs up there, and so I guess when it knows the filter's on. I don't know. But anyway, regardless, the fuel was really, really brown, and that's a 200 EFI. So Mercury 200, you know, it's an EFI motor. This motor is a 99. I'd say probably 1999. So this was like the first version of their electronic fuel injection. I should say the first version, but this is the motor before the Optimax. So they started with they had the fuel injectors in the front so the fuel injectors almost act like the carburetor shoots fuel in, and it gets to the cylinders, you know, through the revalves. But instead, the Optimax, you know, it's got an air and fuel injector, and it's injecting straight into the cylinder directly. So a little different design, but it's so anyway, the Optimaxes are basically they built on to the design that they started with the EFIs. Anyway, it's a decent motor. Nothing wrong with it. He says, like I said, it's pretty clean. Later video, I'll take the hood off and show you, but it's a really clean motor. So hopefully everything checks out on it. I did put 5 gallons of fuel in it, flushed it again. I'm gonna get some more fuel today. Do another flush. Once I get it good and clear, then I'm gonna try to flush out that VST and make sure we got good fuel going to the VST before I fire it up. And the other thing that I'm taking is that I want to drop this lower unit and see about the water pump on it. Maybe just go ahead and do a water pump. You know, I brought this back from Illinois, so I'm in Nashville, and he's going to come down and get it. So when he takes it back up there, I want to see and know that he's good and set. Everything is good. So maybe go ahead and do that water pump, even though, you know, it has been setting up for a couple years, so the memory on the water pump is probably, you know, it's probably not great. So anyway, there's something that is going to be my next project. So just wanted to say thanks for subscribing and liking the videos, and so we'll see you guys soon. Dealio. So here we're gonna do this, and then we got undo this front, and then there we go. Oh, well, thanks a lot. You did it to me again. Well, you did it to me. You leave me hanging, man. It's always leaving me hanging. Filling this up with some go-go juice. Trying to flush the tank. This is the Champion 191 with a 200 Merc EFI. So I went and got some good non-ethanol fuel. I've already put some in it before and flushed it. I'm going to pour it in. I need to get one of those electric fuel pumps for this. Quit messing with it. Every time I say, oh, I'm going to get one of those 12-volt pumps, and I never do. And then, what am I doing? Hang on. Now, it's funny because once you put like 5 gallons, it won't be 5 gallons it comes out. So I guess, you know, that's how much you lose in evaporation. So we're going to over here already because I put a filter on there just to catch anything. Put it down in here. Use my bulb. It's got a good bulb. Yeah, it's got a good bulb, so now I'm just gonna pop it back out. Alright, so I hear it flowing pretty good. I've already taken the fuel filter off right here. Since I don't have it hooked up to the engine, I went and bought a new fuel filter. So I can go ahead and put that fuel filter on. So 3.5 184 58T3, but when you look at this, see, this is the one with the, it's got, they gotta drop that now, it's got dirt on it. It's got the little sensor for it, which just I guess screws on here like so. Okay, these are the exact same filters. This is the old filter. Hopefully you can read this, but 35184 This is the brand new filter, 35184 But it came with this sensor, which would, when they come, It's got a little plug. Okay, you can use, I guess some of the filters are the same that don't use the sensor. Others are, like this one, it needs a sensor. Anyway, we got just an Allen key, and then this pops out. And then the deal is that these filters, even though they're saying this is, you know, they're older, right? Okay, so this, when I bought this, it said 1995 and prior. Well, that would have been like this kind of sensor, and it's gonna go down, blah, blah, blah. Same filter, different sensor. So this came out of the old filter, and we're gonna call it good. I'm gonna put a little bit of tape on it. But I'm gonna put the old sensor in this new filter. And that's only because the other filter just wasn't available, or when I went to the dealer they didn't have it. But that's fine. There's probably nothing wrong with that sensor. If there is, it's going to give us an error. So we're going to put that down in the new filter and tighten it down. And I got the right size wrench for it. And anyway, we're going to make sure that it's good and tight. Whoops. Now the reason I'm doing this is because of our electrical connection. Because this electrode is a lot shorter than this electrode. So if we look at the end, this electrode is a lot different than this one. So there is the right kit. It's the same one, and it'll come with this electrode or sensor than the other one. And then what I'm going to do is I'll just put a little lubrication on here and then feed it up. Alright, so it's actually doing pretty good. And yeah, we're still doing it, and that looks clear. So that's good. That's really good, actually. Because I was thinking I may have to do 5 gallons and then go get another 5 gallons. Because I want to flush that VST on the other side. So I want to make sure I got good clean fuel. Even though we're putting a new fuel filter on, I'm gonna make sure I got good clean fuel before I hook it up to the engine side and flush it into the VST. Or just some silicone spray. Spide. Something so it gets a good seal, and we'll make sure that this thing is really good tight. It's starting to be a lot clearer. So yeah, it's got a little, but that's not bad. I just got a filter wrench. Just gonna put it up here where I can get it on there real easy without, you know, oh, damn it. Just be careful and sneak it up in there. And now we got that on, we got that installed.